Hi, before we dive into the details, I just want to take few seconds to tell you about my new project with this YouTube channel. I'll be posting methods about making money online every few days, so be sure to subscribe. Thank you in advance. Now, let's start with our first method, how to realistically make 3,000 a month on Instagram. I have done it myself, and we gonna talk about a case study I did over a short period of time. Onto the guide chapter 1. Step 1. Finding your niche doesn't actually include what you may think it does, creating an Instagram. The first thing you want to do is choosing a niche. For this project, we're choosing a niche that has lots of large Instagram accounts already. For my store, I chose girls' iPhone cases. I know what you're thinking, but phone cases are played out. Although this may be true, and it would be easier in other niches, anything is profitable if sold to the right audience. Just look at all the large Instagrams my products will appeal to. Now that you've found a niche containing large accounts, let's move on to actually finding some products in that niche. This is, after all, a money-making guide. Head over to AliExpress and start picking products that will appeal to your niche audience. If you don't know how the basic dropshipping process works, please look it up on YouTube before proceeding. You are going to build a complete Instagram account around these products, so choose wisely and only choose those with nice-looking pictures. The ultimate Instagram comes with finding a specific store on there that sells lots of products that will appeal to your audience. Of course, since this is no fake guide, I will provide an example of an old store of mine. I will show and tell you everything about it. You can see, these are no ordinary white background AliExpress pictures. Nah, these are on another level. Definitely Instagram worthy. These are only some of the products I used. Of course, the store had about 70 products when I decided to sell it. I'll get to this part in the last chapter. Chapter 2, Building the Foundation. Okay, so here comes the least fun part, to be honest. It has to be done though, and it can be done in a day with some effort. First off, decide what you're going to name your business, preferably something you think will appeal to your niche audience. I chose the name Pink Room. Now that you have your name, products, and niche, go on to create your web store. I usually do this with Shopify since I always have, but you could use WordPress, etc. too. Just make sure you can import products from AliExpress because that's what we're going to do. You now have everything done, so all that's left to create is the actual Instagram account. I recommend putting 2 to 4 lines describing what you sell and so on in your bio. You should also have a logo ready, but this perhaps belongs to the shop creation process. Chapter 3, Gaining Followers. You are now all set to begin making money. You have a fresh account, with a good bio, but no photos or followers. How do we fix that, you may ask? Well, simply rip a couple of the high-quality pictures your products have on AliExpress. Post a couple to start off the account, 3 to 6. Remember to use niche-specific hashtags. It's time to begin the growth process, and the easiest way to kickstart an Instagram account is simply following and unfollowing people. I of course have an improved way of doing this. First, find a smaller account, 2 to 10K, in your niche. Go on a post of theirs that has a couple of hundred likes, and begin following the people that liked it. This way you gain engaged followers instead of inactive ones. This will help your growth substantially. Likes are what the Instagram algorithm adores the most. If your posts get lots of likes, you are much more likely to hit the Explore page and dominate hashtags. This will ultimately make your posts reach a much wider audience. Continuously unfollow people as you go as well. Unfollowing thousands of people at once is tiring. Just do it little by little. I recommend unfollowing 30 to 50 people per hour to prevent getting temporarily banned. Asterisk outdated. Please disregard once you have reached 300 to 500 followers. It's time to move on to the next chapter. This shouldn't take you more than 2 weeks though, don't worry. Chapter 4, Affiliates. You may wonder why I said you had to have 3 to 500 followers to begin getting the big money. This is due to a little something called social proof. Social proof essentially equivalates to having lots of people liking what you do. An easy example of this is when you go out to eat. If you walk by a restaurant with no guests, you don't want to go in there. Instead, if you walk by a restaurant that's almost filled with people, you are intrigued to eat there as well. Others like it, so perhaps I will too? The same goes for building a web store and a presence on social media. Why you need the social proof for this project though, is because you are going to approach larger pages than yours. Nobody will trust you if you come asking for a partnership with no followers. So, now that you know why, let's continue on with the practical part. First off, need to install some kind of affiliate app, plugin to your store. If you chose Shopify, I have 2 free apps to recommend to you. Either GoAff Pro or Affiliate Marketing. Both of them have a little more customization options when using the paid version, but I've honestly never needed or wanted to upgrade. Once you have your affiliate marketing app set up and working, the grind begins. This is honestly the toughest and most boring part. I recommend offering a 20% commission to all affiliates, no matter their following. To gain these affiliates is rather easy in most niches, especially those aimed at girls. Simply proceed to DM larger, but not too large, pages in your niche and explain your partnership. You should easily be able to gain 1 to 4 affiliates per day. Keep on grinding. Chapter 5, Selling and Closing Notes. I think this is a very easy way of making money, and consistent money as well. The sad news is, with this type of business, drop shipping, as soon as you start seeing the green, people will copy your idea. Easy for them to do that as well, of course, since they're not actually your products after all. With that said, your store will soon start declining in profit whether you like it or not. This is the time you will want to start looking for the biggest sale of this entire project. Actually selling your store. This is the part where Shopify beats the other platforms. It's very easy to sell your store. Simply write a 300-word description and post it on the so-called exchange marketplace. You should definitely be able to get right around what you got your store evaluated to. I have always been able to at least. I sold this store for $650. For some motivation, this was my first 2 weeks of running this store and account. Keep in mind this is a very low conversion rate. Stores usually get around 1-5%. Having a 1-5% CR would have brought total sales to $1,040 instead. Hereby, I thank you for checking out my first video. If you like what you see, please drop a like and subscribe. I'll be posting these types of videos and all about making money online and how to methods. See you soon. Keep on grinding.